You and what? You sitting at home? You
Not at home, but you'd be around. You just get.
sitting at home. Oh, it's my time for buffet. Quick, jump in the car. Let's go. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video.
Hello.
This is Alice. I'm Kai, and together we're the Alikai Project. So recently we've been looking at a lot of videos involving, well, not involving, but about American food, things that happen in America, like rodeos, some comparisons, this, that, and the other. America. Anyway, that got us talking about when I went on my trips to America. So I've been to New York way back in 2009, and I went to Los Angeles, then drove to Vegas. When did I do that? I think 2016, I think.
No, it might have been before that, because
Maybe 2015, something along those lines.
2016 is when we met.
Yeah, so I went just before I met Alice. I can't remember exactly. Brain like a sieve.
That's new.
What?
Brain like a sieve.
It just goes through. Like, nothing sticks, you know? In one ear and out the other, as they say.
Okay, back on track.
Back on track. So that got us talking about, well, that got me talking about Vegas, because I remember in Vegas, all the major hotels, well, I think every hotel has its own buffet. And each buffet, depending on where you go, so I guess the bigger the better, in a way. So I went to the one in Caesar's Palace, and that had a really nice spread, loads of different foods. I mean, I went for breakfast. I don't know if it changes periodically throughout the day. I'm not sure.
I would have thought so.
Yeah, probably, actually, in hindsight. But that got us thinking, what are the best buffets in Vegas and how do they compare to each other? So today we're going to be looking at the top 5 best buffets in Las Vegas, and it's a video by Travel Ruby. You'll find everything in the description below, so without further ado, let's jump in and have a look at some food.
Don't worry about me. I got plenty I can do on my own in Las Vegas.
Look how big the road is. It's massive. It's like...
Hey, you guys, it's Ruby and...
Sorry, you took me by surprise because I was looking at the building, not the road.
The road, honestly.
Why do you mean?
Yeah, the strip in Vegas, honestly, each side of it is like 5 lanes. It's bigger than our main ring road around London.
No, that's 5 lanes.
The M25 is only 4 lanes.
Most of the time. I think it's 5 lanes.
Yeah, well, that's one's, yeah. It's comparatively to that. And it's what is it, just a
yeah, but we know USA is big and the roads are wide. The cars are big.
Let's just get back on.
Yeah, you're the one that you're deviating from the.
My bad. Let's just get back on track.
Today I'm going to be bringing you my top 5 best buffets in Las Vegas, ranked. So we're going to start with my number 5 pick, all the way up to my number 1 best buffet in Las Vegas.
Let's go.
So we are going to start with my number 5 pick, which is Wicked Spoon at the Cosmopolitan. The Wicked Spoon is located on the 2nd floor of the Cosmopolitan. Their breakfast price, if you get in before 11, is $38, and after 11, it is $45 for lunch. Brunch price on weekends is set at $49. I love the atmosphere of Wicked Spoon. This is a...
Well, is that standard? Or would you say
dollars,
that's pricey?
Right? So it's what, like £40? In the current conversion rate, it'd be £40, wouldn't it, give or take? But
which one? Because 4 different prices.
Well, I'm going by the dinner, which was $49, so it'd be about £40, give or take.
I think that'll be less pounds. Actually.
No, I think it's very
close now to $1 to a pound.
So.
Okay.
But bear in mind that's dinner, and that's all you can eat dinner. So you keep going back and back. I mean, obviously per person is quite a lot, but it depends what's on offer.
Really high-end feeling buffet for what I would consider to be a middle range price point for a Vegas buffet. The food is unique and really delicious. For breakfast, I loved the gochujang eggs. They had such great flavor. The stuffed French toast was also incredible. And for lunch, the fried chicken and the fiery mac and cheese were some serious standouts. This place has some really fun dishes to try. Just like other high-end buffets, the food is served on smaller plates to control waste and portions, which I appreciate. I also have to give the award for the absolute best desserts. here at Wicked Spoon. These are the best of the best. They not only looked incredible, but they taste incredible. So if you're a dessert person, come here, you will not be disappointed. So why is this one on my bottom of my best list? Well, if you heard before, they close at 3 or 4 p.m., meaning there is no dinner at Wicked Spoon, which is really unfortunate. I also had one complaint, and that was that the drink service here was not good. It did stand out to me that I had trouble getting refills on my drinks, so that was worth mentioning. Either way, this is an incredibly good buffet. Great options. I think if you're wanting to try something kind of unique but has a lot of good favorites, Wicked Spoon will not disappoint. My number 4 pick for best buffets is going to be the Garden Buffet at South Point. The South Point Buffet is open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and they do have a few different dinner options. However, for breakfast, if you get the player's card, which you should absolutely get the player's card, it's completely free. Breakfast is $12, lunch is $16, and the prime rib dinner is $24. They also do a champagne brunch, which is bottomless mimosas and prime rib for $24. Now, obviously, I am stressing the value here because that is why South Point is on this list. This is the value buffet that is going in my top 5. The food is consistent. This place is clean. They always restock and keep everything fresh. There is a great variety. I mean, when we went for the $24 dinner, I could not try everything. There were so many different options to choose from, and the food is solid. These are not going to be anything crazy experimental or anything super high end. Just some good, delicious food, and you're going to get full. The drink service here is also really great. When I was at the champagne brunch, I would barely finish half a mimosa and they'd be bringing me another one right away. Some food standouts here. The prime rib is very high quality for this price point, and I also really enjoy the tamales here and the Mongolian barbecue section where you get to pick and choose which vegetables and sauces you want, and you pick a meat and they fry it for you fresh. That tastes so good. So I know that this is not one of those mega buffets or one of those like super fancy ones, but to me this is the best deal in Vegas, and it's just consistently good, so it absolutely belongs on my number 4. Coming in at my number 3 pick, we have the Ace Buffet at Palms. The quality of this food way exceeds the price point, and the experience feels very high-end for what I would consider to be a very affordable buffet option. I can specifically say even for that Monday and Tuesday dinner price point of $37, you are absolutely getting your money's worth of high-end food.
For 60.
Standouts for me here, the jerk chicken wings were absolutely incredible. The brisket here was phenomenal. All of the meats were cooked to absolute perfection and such a standout in my mind. This is not a huge buffet. The variety is smaller than some of these others on the list. It's probably the smallest, I would say. However, they have an entire gluten-free and vegan section. And when we talked to the head chef when we came, he actually told us if you have any sort of allergy or need something changed, they will do their best to absolutely accommodate you, which is rare for a buffet, and I think that's great to see. I liked everything I tried at this buffet. The sushi, especially, a great standout. Very good sushi for a buffet. However, the desserts left a little to be desired. I did not think they were incredible. Honestly, though, this one is a must try. I think this one is absolutely worth your time to check out if you are a buffet lover. I think you are going to get your money's worth. Those crab and lobster nights get crazy long lines because they are so good. Make sure you go early if you're planning to do that night. Overall, I feel incredibly confident that Palms Ace Buffet is absolutely the number 3 best buffet on this list. Coming in at number 2, this is where things start to get a little controversial. It was hard to decide between the top 2, but I am putting number 2 best buffet in Las Vegas as Bacchanal at Caesar's Palace. Bacchanal is open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekends and 4 to 10 on weekdays. Now, this is the only buffet that does not list their prices on their website. I wonder why that is. Well, brunch is $65. Dinner is $80 a person. I know what you're thinking. For that price, you may...
I thought I paid less, so maybe I went for breakfast rather than brunch. I don't know. So I don't remember.
Obviously, this is 2024 as well, don't forget.
True, I went a long time ago. So.
But I can
things have
see
definitely changed.
absolutely. But I can see a lot of seafood
Straight away, we can see
options.
why, I guess,
So
yeah.
I guess you get some.
May as well go to a sit down, and I can understand that. However, Bacchanal has 9 kitchens and over 100 different dishes to try. I am not exaggerating when I tell you this is the most variety of food I have ever seen in any given place. If you want to try a bunch of new things and be really adventurous, Bacchanal is absolutely the place to go. You will find things you've never tried before. The first time we came, they had oysters that were absolutely incredible and they were huge. They didn't have them the second time around, but the crab legs were phenomenal. The sushi here is so good. So if you are coming for seafood, you can get your money's worth if you're gonna pile up on crab legs. But other dishes here are also incredible. They have a really unique Mediterranean section, and their Mexican section is doing some really unique things. The tortas here with the duck were really delicious. I have not had a single bad piece of food at Bacchanal. The roasting meats are 10 out of 10. I will say the desserts, in my opinion, even though they have an incredible selection and they look gorgeous, are all a little bland. One drawback is that Bacchanal
At Green King, it's more than a game. It's a gathering of moments, memories.
does not have a physical line. You are going to need to plan ahead and make a reservation. They have a virtual queue, but you're probably not getting in if you join that. The other thing I don't love is it can be very crowded. It's a very popular buffet.
It's a virtual queue where you get one of those little buzzers. You walk away, do your thing, and it buzzes you back to come back in.
I don't know if that's what a virtual queue is. You still have to go there to get that thing first.
But that's what
maybe they must have some online system.
Yeah, but then what? You're sitting at home,
Not at home, but you'd be around, you just get...
Sitting at home, it's my time to buffet, quick, jump in the car, let's go.
Let's know what a virtual queue is and how it works in this particular place, because I've never heard that.
No, I've not heard of a virtual queue.
And I guess I can guess that could mean this, that, or the other, but I think we're better off just...
Well, they said there's no physical queue, so you're not seeing people queuing. And then maybe you go there, they say, right, come back this time, or they give you a buzz or something along those lines, so you're not congesting the area potentially.
How many buzzers do they need, though?
This is America and this is Vegas. Like, they're going to have loads of buzzers.
I'm thinking you might be on an app on
It could
phone.
be. Yeah, it could be. You could just have like...
Yeah, you sign in, you say, I want a table, and they'll send you a notification when it's ready.
It's a mystery. We'll find out. You guys let us know. In fact, that's how we're going to do it. You guys are educating us.
Yeah, that's why we learn a lot of stuff from the comments, which is brilliant.
Literally, yeah. So please, if you're watching, please comment and
just let us know.
Let us know, and not just about this. Educate us about anything you want. Everything America.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I was going to say before we jump back into the video. So in some of the previous videos where they talk about like American vehicles and they're like just bigger, right?
Yeah.
So when I went to America, they are bigger, right? But to me, they're unnecessarily bigger, right? So imagine like an articulated lorry, right? Just the front of it, not the trailer,
right?
You've got, so here it would just be like a square, cabin. Right? A cabin, right? Theirs is a cabin with a bonnet and an engine on it.
Well, that's where the engine is.
Well, where's our engine then?
Under.
So what I'm saying though is like every vehicle seems to have like an additional bit added on just to make it that little bit bigger.
It's just a different type of vehicle. I don't think that I can see what you're trying to say, but I don't think that's a good example. That's just a different kind of truck.
But even like, okay, so even their pickups, for example, they're like our pickups, but they're like twice the size.
Yes, bigger.
They're wider, longer, taller, like huge. Everything about them is huge. They're just big.
We know this, yes.
Maybe it's because they have big roads. There's this big country, very vast.
Yes, loads of parking, big spaces.
If their car's bigger, maybe they get to places quicker. Bigger wheels,
I mean, it's a stronger vehicle, I guess, Bigger car, you need more power. I think we're just getting very off topic now.
Yeah, stop leading us down the wrong path. I'm going to jump back on the food, guys. Don't you worry.
And sometimes it feels a little bit overwhelming. Either way, I am very confident that I feel Bacchanal is in the number 2 spot. I do want to let you know that Mr. Ruby felt this one belonged at number 1. It's a very good buffet and worth checking out. That brings us to my number 1 pick. I'm sure you can guess if you've been watching my videos, and that would be the buffet at Wynn. Now, the Wynn is open every day
Okay.
from 8 to 9 o'clock. Now, during the week, if you get in before 9, you can have breakfast for $39. So you have to get there in the first hour. If you get there from 9 to 3, it's $46. And their dinner price from 3 to 9 is $65. The Wynn buffet does have a physical line where you can stand in the line, which we have done, and it only took us about 25 minutes to get in. But you can also pay ahead and skip the line entirely if you'd like to do that. Wow, is the food delicious here. Now, not as much variety as Bacchanal, but still an excellent variety to choose from. You won't be able to try everything. Some of my absolute standouts here, for breakfast, they have a selection of various different eggs Benedict that were all awesome. They also had this fresh made pancake station. There was this red velvet French toast that was incredible. And for dinner, where do I start? The sushi is fantastic here. The cold bar here is also incredibly good. They also serve made-to-order tacos, which knocked my socks off. They were so delicious. And I had like one of the best pieces of pizza ever at this buffet, and I typically ignore the pizza section because it's just pizza, but man, this one was so good and absolutely worth having. I wanted a second slice, honestly. I also want to rave about how vegan friendly the Wynn is in general. The Wynn Hotel is very vegan friendly, but this buffet definitely accommodates to that. And man, are these desserts delicious. This is the only other buffet on this list where I think these desserts are blow your mind and amazing. I think desserts often become an afterthought because people are so full at buffets, but not here. These are top notch. But even with incredible food with good selection, the main reason the Wynn is my absolute favorite buffet is the atmosphere. This room is stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. The way everything is presented, the way the room is decorated. I would expect nothing less from the Wynn, honestly. It's also less noisy because there's a lot of divided rooms, and they keep the tables really spread out, which I honestly really appreciate. The service here is top notch. And I have found myself relaxing in this buffet. I can sit at my table, enjoy a drink, eat some food. I don't feel stressed, I don't feel rushed, and I don't feel like I'm getting really crowded. And that really sets it apart for me in terms of buffets. I absolutely recommend the Wynn buffet. You will not regret it. It is such a beautiful buffet, and I actually think this one is worth checking out, just like a high-end restaurant would be. I wanted to give you guys a few honorable mentions that didn't make the list, but I still recommend. If you are downtown, the only hotel that has their buffet open is Main Street Station's Garden Buffet. And it is really solid at a great price point. I also wanted to give an honorable mention to the Bellagio buffet. I really enjoyed our meal here, and the desserts were really good. That is it for my top buffets. You guys, I have full reviews on all of these buffets that you can go back and watch. Pause it there.
So Vegas buffet.
Vegas buffet. Which one was your favorite?
Cool. It's tough, isn't it? I don't know. I kind of like what she was saying about the Wynn.
Yeah.
Because not so much like the food looked good. I think the food in I can't remember the actual name of the Caesar's Palace one. It was Buckingham. I can't remember what it was. Actually.
Yeah, no, me neither.
But the Caesar's Palace food looked good, or probably the best. But I like she said, I like the atmosphere of the Wynn, where if it's not so cramped and you have a bit quieter, like. I don't know, like the thought of having a bit more of a relaxing meal sounds quite nice.
I would definitely try the Caesar's Palace one for the variety and experience of different food and the seafood and stuff. But I think my go-to would then end up being the Wynn as well. And
I do remember, because the Wynn, there's two of them.
Okay.
Like they're sister hotels and they look identical. Mm-hmm. The Wynn is one. I can't remember what the other one is called, but they're literally next to each other. They look quite impressive because they're like identical buildings, like right next to each other. It's quite cool.
And yeah, I really like what she said about the atmosphere in the Wynn and the fact that it's a bit more quiet, a bit more relaxed. I think our little one would appreciate
that. Would be perfect for us, because
our daughter has some sensory issues and she gets a bit distressed.
Yeah, well, she
Very-
was, our daughter's one of the youngest surviving babies in the world. And she's had a tremendous journey, but
Yes.
she's still got some sensory issues with loud noises and atmospheres. So that would be like, I think
Yeah,
the
that'll
wind
be
would be
perfect for
perfect
us.
for us.
I think so. Yeah. So that would be my top pick, really. I'll try both. Well, I'll try
Yeah.
all of them, really.
Oh yeah, like I think the lovely part about buffet food is, I guess you kind of go in expecting it to not be top food, right? It's never like, obviously in some cases it is, but you don't go to a buffet expecting it to be like restaurant quality. Does that make sense? Like high end restaurant, I guess, because
Yeah.
you kind of go for buffet for the diversity, a little bit of this, a little bit of that,
Yeah,
trying all different
exactly.
flavors together.
Yeah.
Whereas, but obviously, if you go to a restaurant and just go to like a steak restaurant, obviously you're going to get really good steak. That doesn't say that the buffets don't compare, but obviously it's a diversity.
Yeah,
of
but I think
buffets, really.
with these ones, the food did look like
it looks
really,
good. It looked good.
really good, high quality.
Mm.
And the dessert, especially, I was just thinking of the desserts we've had in buffets, like even really good buffets or like big buffets here.
It's
And
very bland and boring.
it's just very like it's a very just an afterthought.
Yeah. Quite
Just
literally,
something for so you can't say that it wasn't
Yeah. Literally,
any
it's like
dessert,
jelly and a pot.
but
or something,
jelly
isn't
and
it?
a bit of ice cream and some fruit and some nice cakes, but like cakes,
It's all very
nothing-
simple and just
and just
plain.
very things that you can get in other
nothing
places as
extravagant
well.
at all.
Yeah. Whereas some of these desserts, they
They
look
look
really good.
Yeah, if we ever make it back to Vegas, because you've never
Do you mean
been.
back?
Well, I've been there. Well, if I ever make
If
it back
you
to
ever make
Vegas
it.
and Alice kind of comes with me.
I would like the experience.
Yeah, it's an interesting
seeing
one.
Vegas and going to some of these
It's very
places.
big. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. It's
Yeah.
busy, it's big, but it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One day.
one day, I guess. Until next time.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this one?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, I think that concludes this video.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. And bye for now.
Bye.